And we are live with session 40 of our Drowned Gods campaign. We have no Akalupu notes today, so we will just get started with everyone reset your hero point pools to 1. And who would like to give the recap for next to hero point? I went last time, so I am disqualified.
I only remember the end. I don't remember the beginning.
Last time started with us pretty much, we were in the middle of the ocean. I think the first random event was just the voice in the fog asking for help.
Oh, I remember that. I don't remember a lot, but like, unless Jason wants to go, I can do my best.
I don't remember much.
Okay, I will do my best, and people can hop in and help me with the major gaps that will be there. So we started out, and we're in the ocean, and we heard a voice in the fog. And there was a chimney stack.
A sea stack.
Sea stack. That's it. There's a sea stack. And there was an old man on top, and he was going.
Well, he wasn't actually old, just very ragged.
Well, people thought he was old. Yeah, and then it turned out he wasn't.
Well, Abe repeatedly made the distinction that he was not old, so I just figured, in all fairness to him, I should also point that out.
I appreciate it,
which is good. I just remembered the impression, which was he was old, but he was not old. So we ended up. Yasuka ended up flying over and picking him up and bringing him back to our boat.
Yeah.
And Sammy kind of healed him up and gave him some water and stuff after she got called up. Akalupu didn't trust him, so Akalupu tied him up, which
we tied him up.
May not have saved everybody. What?
Yeah, we tied him up to the ballista so that we could just shoot him into the ocean if we wanted to.
Yes, so we kind of did that. He kept screaming randomly at night and like freaking everybody out. So people didn't appreciate that. At one point, there was a tentacle monster that like reached up and grabbed his ankle and tried to pull him off the boat.
Yeah, Yasuka also gagged him to make him be quiet.
Yes, because again, screaming was bothering everyone.
And not in any way that gave us useful information other than that he was crazy.
Yes. So after the tentacle grabbed him, he had like a weird black mark on his ankle. He just kind of seemed like he was getting worse. At one point, Sammy drugged him so that he would like calm down and be quiet.
That was right after he started screaming and got gagged so that he would go to sleep.
Yeah.
But then he didn't wake up after he was, drugged.
She gave him the good.
Yeah. So, that happened. And then later...
We ran into some dolphins.
Yeah, there's some dolphins.
We fed them Scooby snacks.
Mono and we trained one of the dolphins. We were following the boat.
Yeah. The next thing I remember is the whale. So if anything else happened before the whale.
We had some rough seas, and PPOP couldn't quite keep the raft, going straight, and people almost got washed overboard. But PPOP and Yasuka rolled really well on their reflex saves and managed to keep anyone from going overboard. We ran into the floaty ghost guys again, the ones who are dressed all weird and are just like, we're going to work.
And Mano Anui and Akalupu were there with Blackrock, and she did like a seance thingy.
Yeah. And y'all did not listen to her about not upsetting the ghosts, so the ghost ended up going, then disappearing at the end. Because you freaked it out again.
Yeah. As the usual.
Then the whale.
Yeah, then there was the whale. there was a whale that showed up, and it was like chasing after us, and we're like, oh no, maybe it's a tentacle
chasing
monster.
after you. It was just behind y'all, following.
It's a giant, scary, aquatic creature. Like, obviously, especially after the tentacle monster, we were not about it. So we put the old man in the green lady, and we kind of towed him behind to see if it wanted to eat him, and it kept bumping the green lady, and it like knocked him into the water and ate him. And everyone was so sad. Not really. Nobody cared. So we pulled the boat back up.
Yeah, and then the whale gave us a boost.
Yeah, then the whale came up and it pushed us and it boosted us.
Ethiopia got drunk, passed out on the tiller.
Yeah.
Remember that part. The next thing I remember is when we find the other boat before the island.
Yeah, the part where PPOP got drunk was pretty minor. He basically just got us slightly lost and then rolled really well like the next morning and was like, oh, this is where we actually are.
He got a nat 20 on that one. Navigation is like, oh. And immediately you wake up and find you're not where you're supposed to be.
The best hangover recovery you ever saw.
Exactly. It's all those smoothies that Sunbeam's making for you.
Yeah, so then we see another boat off in the distance.
And like a real boat, like a sailboat.
Yeah, like a big sailboat with like windows and doors
and a keel.
All that fancy stuff.
Abe is very sad that our current boat does not have a keel.
I keep talking about it, like, oh man, I'm gonna like do something to the keels. We don't have keels.
Yeah. So not Mano Inui, Yasuka and PPOP.
Yeah, because I think either PPOP or Yasuka were I think they were on watch at the time. Because I remember we talked about asking Manawa Nui about it, because technically Manawa Nui is still captain, and Yasuka was, no, Manawa Nui is lame. Let's just do it.
Yeah. So they go over to the other boat, and they sneak onto the other boat.
After using up all of Manawa Nui's mud, or clay technically, to slather on themselves as camo.
Yeah. They go over and they get on the boat, and it's a huge party, and it's very raucous, and there's a lot of drunk people, but they end up seeing what they don't know is a cannon, but they're like, oh, well, this looks like some sort of weapon. So they decide to take that.
It's mounted on the side of the boat pointing outward. Like, I don't know what else it would be.
Oh, 100%. But yeah, they end up deciding to steal that and one of the dinghies.
Yeah, a little rowboat.
And they end up running into a very, very drunk lady. And they end up stealing her satchel. And she, very confused that they're on the boat, is kind of inviting them to come join the party. But they very smartly are not going to go get drunk on somebody else's ship. So they get ready to leave. We grab a bunch of boxes and the cannon. And as they're rowing away from the ship, they hear her yelling over the side. And then
we saw her coming. So she was like coming with the drinks and was like, hey guys. Right. And then Yasuka's like, cut the ropes, there's no time.
That's right. They cut the ropes and they fall into the water, and she looks over the side and yells as they're rowing away and falls into the water. And they're like, well, I guess we can't let her drown.
We can't let this other person drown. Even though we sent our previous guest to the whale.
Hey, that guy had it coming.
We had tried. He was beyond hope.
He was also trying to get us killed, we found out later.
Yeah.
Well, outside of the universe found out.
I'm sure Manawa Inui's gonna notice at some point.
We'll see. He didn't.
But anyways, so they end up picking her up and bringing her on board, and turns out that she's totally not a pirate and definitely is just a normal merchant who is getting rich off of the natives. Definitely not a pirate.
Right.
And she's been on the island before.
I also noticed her token. You decided she is an elf, or at least she has very pointy ears.
Yes. We'll get to that.
So she says there's a good place to land on the island. She's very confused as Yasuka tries to explain what the heck we're doing as we sail around the island 3 times chanting. And then we came up on the little fishing village, and there's
a warning about getting dark.
Oh, that's right. Multiple times.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Something about it can't be here when the shadow of the mountain touches the water.
Yes. Very, very repeatedly.
Yeah, very insistently.
It might be a little important.
Nah.
Could be a red herring.
But yeah, so we find the little fishing village, and we pull up, and there's maybe a dead body,
Maybe a dead body.
maybe a giant fish, maybe nothing. Who knows? And I think that's as far as we got.
Yep, I think that's about where we wrapped up.
Alrighty.
Do I get half a hero point?
No.
Full hero point. You kept going, which is all that's important.
I remember the important stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Alrighty. So, as you come ashore, you look around and everything seems kind of like undisturbed. Why don't y'all give me a perception roll from each of y'all? Dang it. Where's that at? There we go. Sorry, y'all.
Cool. Can you go ahead and start the session just so that it's easy to get to characters?
Of course not. It's part of the game. You gotta navigate. Stage start session. There we go.
I
There
got
we go.
24, by the way.
24?
Yes.
That should be enough for y'all to notice. So, as you come ashore, you look around, everything seems pretty, like, you see that it looks like there was people left in a hurry, but no bodies, except for you do see a blood smear right over there. And you also see a hook in the water, as well as a rope over here. There was a rope, but it got deleted. Do you?
I see a rope.
Right here?
Okay, cool beans. It's not on mine. Yes, that's where it should be, but it's not showing on my screen.
Interesting.
But it should be there.
All right. Well, we can see it, so it's working.
Okay. That's all that matters. Alrighty.
All right. Well, I vote that Akalupu goes and looks at the stuff in the water since he's like part fish or whatever.
Akalupu has no problem with that. Akalupu is going to jump off the boat into the water, and he's going to look at the hook first.
It is a hook.
All right, Akalupu's going to swim over and
Is he just leaving the hook in the water?
I guess he'll...
I was gonna say grab it and just
Like,
put it on the
there's a
boat.
lot of different sizes of hooks.
It's like from like your foot to about where your knee is.
Okay,
So it's like a larger hook.
Akalupu's going to pick it up and throw it on the boat for people.
Okay.
What is it made of?
It is made of bone, which is very unusual because that must be a very large animal to have a large enough bone to carve such a large hook out of.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, it makes sense because the Kopesh is also pretty big and it's made of bones. So we're like, yeah, these things are from the same island. Definitely some unpleasant animals around here. Or at least large. Maybe they're like mammoths. Maybe they're just nice and docile as long as you don't poke them with a spear too much.
All right, while he's in the water, Akalupa's going to look at the hunk of flesh.
It is a hunk of flesh.
Akalupa's going to grab the hunk of flesh.
You have a hunk of flesh.
Akalupa's going to put the hunk of flesh on the boat where his chum used to be.
I was gonna say, we have storage for the fetid chum.
Oh my goodness.
Is that what it is? Should I add fetid chum to our stores again?
If y'all want to take the flesh, then yes.
Fetid chum.
All right, fetid
As
chum
is doing this. The captain lady is going to kind of start poking around. It's like, I swear, they were here not 3 days ago, and there were tons of villagers on this little beach.
Yeah, but it seems like they left in quite a hurry. Like, I'm gonna go over and poke the fire. Is it still warm?
It is not. It is like. I'm sorry. I thought you asked if it was still lit. It is warm to the touch, but like you know how like it's warm enough you could pick it up and not get burned. If that makes sense.
Like their fireplace is still even warm. Clearly, they were here less than I don't know, like 8 hours ago.
Strange. She's gonna start going into houses and looking.
All right, Blackrock's gonna come over here. Is the blood dried or is it still wet?
It's pretty dried.
All right.
But as you get close to the bush, you hear a coming from behind the bush.
Guys, there's like a ghost in this bush.
I'm coming. I'm sure it's not a ghost.
Yeah, probably not. I don't think ghosts usually like bleed this much, but whatever.
I'm going to approach cautiously and look very closely for any danger.
Do you want to roll a? Would that just be another perception check?
I mean, if they're looking for something, yeah.
Well, I say he's looking for danger.
Yeah, that would be perception.
Okay, so why don't you roll another perception check?
All of us
15.
or just PPOP?
Just PPOP. You don't see anything dangerous, but you still just see a bush, because there's a bush. And the sound is coming from, like, this side.
Akalupa's going to pick up the bush.
You're gonna, like, just de-root it?
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you roll, like, a strength check?
Is it going to be strength or athletic?
Well, you're pulling the bush out of the ground, like, with all of its roots. Or trying to break its roots. So I think that'd be a strength.
Oh.
Because you're just lifting.
Yasuka could shoot a fireball at it if we want to just burn the bush.
Well, while Yasuka's considering burning it, Akalupu de-roots the bush, lifts it up, and behind it you see this dude. Just lying on the ground there. Kind of like holding his side, which is smeared in blood, and moaning.
All right, is this a human?
This is a human. And yeah, this is a human. And as you look at him, you see that he possesses some of the, well, as PPOP Akalupu and Mono Anui, which I didn't actually put on the map, look at him, you see that he has some of the markings of your tribe. But they're not like exactly, they're a little different. But they look very similar to your tribe.
Is he wearing the necklace and all the other things we would expect?
He is, but on his necklace, instead of like the normal shells, you see bones and tooths, tooths, and teeth of what looks like very large and vicious animals.
All right, and then what's next to him? What's this burnt thing?
You see a somewhat charred corpse.
Nice.
Does the corpse look?
The corpse looks like a burnt corpse. And it, like, yeah, like vaguely human, but like, you know, as human as a burnt corpse can look. It's pretty burnt. It's like suspiciously pretty burnt. Like you'd have to get a fire pretty dang hot to burn someone this much. Yeah. So as you see there, standing, looking at this fellow, kind of like dazed, holding his side. He doesn't seem to quite have noticed you, but he kind of seems like not really with it.
All right. Well, if no one else is going to do anything, BlackRock. What was that, Anna?
I said it's pretty impressive that he didn't notice someone picking up the literal bush that he's hiding behind.
Yeah, he seems to be largely unconscious.
Yeah, he's like barely conscious.
Well, BlackRock can cast heal on him if we want to.
That sounds like a good idea to me.
All right, we're gonna
That's
do
not something you need to roll, right?
Unless he's unwilling.
Yeah, no, he's willing.
All right, so then she's gonna do the 2-action version. So it's going to heal 2d8 plus 16. Is that correct? Yeah. All right, 2d8 plus 16. Can I roll it here? Yes, I can. All right. 25 hit points.
Hold on. So as you cast, you see that he kind of comes to a little bit more, opens his eyes. He looks presumably first at Akalupu, still holding a bush aloft, before standing up and looking towards the village. Oh, have you come from? Oh, have you come from the town? He says, kind of still grabbing his side. So he still looks a little injured. Oh, where did they all go? And he's kind of looking around, a little dazed and confused. Then he sees the unicorns and kind of is staring at them for a second.
Yasuka's just gonna blow raspberries at him.
Goodness, what? Seem very. They're in horse form, right?
Yeah, they're still in their unicorn form.
Okay. I've seen a wide variety of creatures on this island, but none like your friends there. Your beasts there.
We're not beasts. We're their like companions. We're part of this party too. And we came from the ocean.
Oh, so you're not from the village.
Duh.
Well, gonna walk up to Akalupu. Maybe not to Akalupu, because Akalupu's still holding a bush.
Threateningly.
Well, no, yeah. A little wary. He walks with a little bit of a limp.
Tries
Kind
to
of points
smile.
to the tattoos and the necklace on Pidiopi and says, "But you bear the markings of our people."
Points to anyone who can remember your tribe's name.
Our people. um. Um. Oh.
Your tribe is the hee-hee. It means the sapling. Or, well, it means sapling.
But he's not going to say the hee-hee. But you're surely this can't be so. You're wearing the marks of an elder. You're still seem to be such a youth. Talking to PPOP.
What did he say?
He says you're wearing the marks of an elder, but that's odd because y'all are not elders. You're not elderly. You're still young.
Do I think I'm wearing the marks of an elder?
No, you're just wearing the normal markings of your people.
Yeah, these are just normal, bro. How long you been gone?
Well, gone?
Yes, away from the island.
This island has always been my home.
This island.
Yes.
So maybe we are not from the same tribe and you're stealing our style.
Your words confuse me. But where are all the villagers? As he motions to the empty little fishing village.
They were gone when we got here, so we were honestly hoping you could answer that. The mean captain lady seems to have been here recently and expected someone to be here. Also, you woke up next to a charred corpse. You got anything to say about that?
So foggy. Don't seem to remember. We had to get to the water. I think we should move further away from the tree line. I think nothing. Yes. Kind of starts talking a little incoherently and kind of starts to walk towards the beach.
Well, the captain says we should avoid the water after dark.
Oh, only the shallows when you get a little out. It should be these waters should be safe. he says as he continues to walk. He's kind of beckoning y'all to join him, looking very apprehensively at the forest.
If you're worried about people from like the village or whatever, shouldn't we go figure out what happened to them?
I don't know.
Akalupu, grab him and take him with us. Let's go inland. This guy is useless.
Is Akalupu gonna grab him?
Yeah, Akalupu is going to grab him.
As you lay hold on him, you start to feel a rumble in the
In my tummy.
huh? In your tummy. It looks awful tasty.
Meat.
No, you feel a rumble in the ground, and you see the water start to shake violently. When all of a sudden, a Elasmosaurus arises out of the water.
Yeah, Akalupu's gonna pick him up and yell at everybody, "No, water's bad! Go to
Do we need to roll for initiative at this point?
We do, and I was just trying to actually figure out how to do that.
All right, so in the stage view, go ahead and you've already started it, so you're gonna do like
Tactical mode?
Yeah, start up the tactical mode. And then that should show a list of what everyone is using for their initiative. Check if anyone is using anything other than perception, and then you can just tell it to accept the rolls and start, and it will roll everyone's initiative automatically.
Cool beans. PPOP, what are you using? Anything other than perception?
Stealth, because I want to hide from this prehistoric beast.
Stealth? Alrighty. Akalupu, what are you using?
Guess I gotta use normal, because I can't use something like athletics.
Can I use Boneyard lore?
You actually can if you have that stat.
Nice. Yeah, all of the unicorns will just use perception.
Okay.
Especially since this is like, a surprise. It makes sense that basically it's their like reaction speed to what's going on.
Survival.
PPOP's immediate instinct is to hide, so that's why stealth.
It sure is too bad that we didn't get anybody like Sammy and stuff off the boat.
Yeah, right? Mono Inui's going to use survival since Mono Inui was still on the boat. Actually, Mono Inui's not even on the map yet, so hold on a minute.
Mono Inui fell overboard, a few miles back while we were circling the island and nobody noticed. We just find Mono Inui like lost and sad in the middle of the woods like a week later into the game. We're like, oh, we forgot about
you. Oh, that's funny. All right. And you said the unicorns are using perception?
Yeah, the unicorns will all just use perception.
And then I just hit modify initiatives, correct?
No, you don't hit modify initiatives. Because if you do that, then you'll be setting them manually. You want to hit start.
Oh, confirm and start. Gotcha. Yes.
And then that will roll all of them for us. All right, so Captain Lady goes first.
Oh, cool beans. Well, she was in the house kind of looking for people.
She puts her clothes back on.
Don't worry about it. Oh, I meant to do something before we started. Just wanted to give props to, if you don't mind taking a second here, Anna. Anna drew this original character for the show.
I didn't draw it. I had a different art thing that I colored on top of.
You did so much, you might as well have drawn it. Can you all see that?
Yeah, looks pretty good.
Right? Anywho. Sorry, I meant to show that at the beginning, but I forgot. Anywho. Alrighty.
So color work by Anna.
Right? Anywho.
And I added the satchel and the gun and had to get rid of devil horns and stuff like that. But
Nice.
the base was not mine, so I can't take like full credit.
Sure you can. Great artists steal.
Where's the measuring tool? She is first going to 10. She's going to move to like there-ish. And then thank you. Yes.
Is the theater mode thing going?
It should be. Did everybody see that?
Yes.
I mean, I can, if we're talking about the stage, I can see the stage.
Yeah, I can't. Maybe I'm just looking in the wrong spot. I can't find it.
Try going back to the campaigns. So go to the campaigns tab, opening the Drowned Guides, and then that should be the default page.
Okay. All right, awesome.
All right. She's going to call over after she gets out of the hut and say, try to remember the voice I kept using for her.
Kind of a Scottish voice.
Yeah.
Like, you've been a wee little bad boy, ain't you? Ought to spank
Exactly
your
like
bottoms.
that. I do remember that. bloody hell! Oh, I didn't think about what they'd call this creature.
It's a long-necked weird thing.
It's a Loch Ness monster.
Does it owe you Tree Fitty?
It does. It really does. And she's going to yell that to, like, all y'all. And then she is going to. She has a pistol, and that has a range of. Alright, we'll see. Is it in that range?
Probably 30 feet?
Uh,
Or do pistols have a much longer range than they used to?
I think it had a range of 40.
Okay, and keep in mind that is a range increment, so basically you can shoot past your first range increment, but for every increment past the first, it is a -2 to hit. So that means she can shoot it from here, but she will be taking a -2 on her attack rolls.
Okay. She's gonna fire at it twice with her pistol. You said a -2?
Correct. And if she has a pistol, I don't think she can fire twice. She would need to
she's
reload
gonna
it.
fire it and then reload that pistol, and then that's gonna be your action. She got a.
Unless she has a brace
28.
of pistols.
No, she only has one. Just the one. What is this creature's DC? It is a 25, so definitely not a crit. Gur? Oh.
Gur is not actually there. You can ignore them for now.
And then she does 5 points of damage to it. Open inside panel. Alright. And then that is her turn. How do I make it so that she's acted?
Do you see the little lightning bolt?
Yes.
Click on that.
Click it.
And then say act end turn.
Gotcha. Alright, now it's PPOP's turn.
Excellent. I want to use my new feat. I have battle assessment. With careful observation, I identify an enemy's strengths and weaknesses. You must roll, the GM, a secret perception check for me Someone who's engaged in combat and not concealed from me. So that's the Elasmosaurus.
It's definitely not hiding. even if it could. So I need to roll a perception. You've got a perception of perception 10. Is your perception 10? Is that correct?
Plus
Yeah.
10 sounds right. Yes. And so if I oh, and it's against the, hold on, what does it say I'm rolling against? The deception or stealth DC of the enemy, whichever.
Well, it's got a -1. Oh, you said or stealth? Okay.
Yeah.
You let's see. Roll.
So if
Okay.
I critical fail, then you lie to me. If I succeed, you tell me one thing about them. And if I critical succeed, then you tell me two things about
You almost critically succeeded, but not quite. So you, well, I guess I shouldn't have told you because now you know you didn't fail. How do I find its weaknesses?
So go to that
you
special.
tell me one of the following. Which of the weaknesses is highest? Which of the saving throws has the lowest modifier? An immunity that it has, or which resistance is highest?
And I found out its resistances and
Those
weaknesses.
will be
where?
under special abilities. So click on them to open them in that little side tab, then go to the special abilities tab, which is the one that looks like a little ribbon with like a metal on it.
Gotcha.
And then that would show any resistances or weaknesses.
And what were the other things aside from resistances and weaknesses?
Which saving throw is the lowest? Or an immunity?
Saving throws are what's in the defense, correct? Like perception, fortitude, reflex?
Correct.
Reflex save is the lowest. And do I tell you what it is?
No, just which is the lowest.
Alright, it's the reflex save.
Well, that's not very helpful to us.
I mean, it could be depending on what spells we throw at it.
Yeah. Alrighty. So that's one action, right? Or is that a...
Is that a free action?
Diamond and a carrot? What does that mean?
It means it's either a carrot...
I think that's 2 actions.
Let me look at the action sheet. No, 1 action.
Oh, I see. So it's the little one that basically looks like a diamond with a smaller diamond on the left.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, that's a single action then.
Okay. So for my second action, I am going to... What is this right here?
What is what?
This guy?
That's a house.
That's a house. Okay.
Yes.
And it's looking out over the water over here.
Yes. It's like the roof is invisible, but you can still see the main beam that's down the middle. Tom said the exact same question. So
I said it was a catapult.
That's what I thought. I was like, maybe I can make this work.
No, unfortunately, it's just a.
Now we do have the ballista on our boat that could be spun around and shot at the thing.
We do.
I think I'm gonna try and get the high ground. Is there a way up onto these rocks here so that I can like climb past this house and go over to here?
The that rocks are a cliff. That stuff is actually at the edge of the cliff. So like if you go up to like right here, you can look down. It's like sloped. So like it's sloped, so it's like So yeah, so like this is a cliff, and then you could clamber down these, but they're not like above. This point is higher than this point.
I see.
If that helps.
Okay, so I guess I'll just go there. Yep. That's another action. And then there for my third action. Wait, was that right? No. There.
I thought was trying to eat the D20. It will give me all the power. It'll give you something.
See, if it rolls a 20 when it comes out the other side, that's good luck.
It is.
All right, so that's Peepiopi's turn. Next up is the Elasmosaurus.
Alrighty, so the Elasmosaurus is going to.
Also, who is Mako?
Oh, that's the dude that
Okay.
Akalupu is currently holding.
Nobody. Names.
Yeah, you still don't know the name of the lady, although it's probably on the scene.
It is. We can see it. I decided not to call that out this time after I embarrassed you by being like, an Elasmosaurus in the last game.
Hey, you know what? It didn't even ruin it because we didn't make it there last time. So the Elasmosaurus is going to move here.
Oh, wow. He got under that body. Oh, wait. The body's in our boat now. You need to delete the body. There we go.
Oh, I'm done. Well, it's under the boat.
That works.
So there you go. The Elasmosaurus is going to
Eat Manawanui.
I was gonna say, is this where she is at, or is that just like
Who?
Sunbeam? Is
Yeah,
she at the back of the boat?
Sunbeam stayed behind on the boat getting her stuff.
Okay.
So Sunbeam is right there.
It's going to use its jaws to attack Manawanui. That definitely hits. And let me see. I think that's a critical hit as well. Yes, that is a critical hit. And we'll see what Manawanui does. Alrighty. So Manawanui is going to get chomped on for where's Manawanui? Open. Alright, Manawanui is going to take. Oh, they moved where like the stamina and points are and everything. Anyway, Manawanui is going to take 30 points of damage.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, I think Manawanui is now unconscious or dying. Manawanui is dying.
Yes, Manawanui is currently unconscious and dying with zero hit points.
Yes. And for its last action, the Elasmosaurus, or the Ness, as it has been lovingly called, is. Are they grabbed already, or does it have to go?
So it's an option. If an attack has grab as part of it, it means that on a successful attack, you can automatically grapple the target. So it would be up to the Elasmosaurus whether or not it would be grappling Manawanui or not. Obviously, if it wants to do a second attack with the same weapon, though, it will have to release the grapple.
It is going to pull Manawanui off the boat. So Manawanui is in the jaws of the Elasmosaurus, and it's going to move back to here.
Nice.
That is it for the Elasmosaurus. Manawanui came up from below decks, and she's like, "What's going on?"
Hey guys, I heard a wah!
Guys, what's with the dead body?
That's what you get. Sitting around reading books like a nerd.
Alrighty, and now it is Mako's turn, but Mako is actually currently being grappled by Akalupu, so he's going to, I guess, hold turn. How does that work?
So he could, like, obviously, depending on whether or not Akalupu wants to let him go, Akalupu could just drop him, and he'll be fine. If Akalupu is not willing, Mako can try to break the grapple with an athletics check. Or you can, if he does want to hold his turn, you click the little ... menu and then say that you're holding your turn.
Mako's going to hold his. Is that the defer action? Is that the button?
What are the options in the menu?
Act, ready action, defer action, skip.
What was the first one?
Act, ready action. Ready action?
Yeah, I think it would be defer.
Defer?
Yeah.
I'm going to defer his action. And now it is Sunbeam, who is
Nice.
currently on the boat.
All right, so Sunbeam had stayed behind on the boat and seemed to be like fetching stuff and getting her gear out. You guys all see, you would not have expected it, but she has like donned some heavy armor, heavier than, I mean, most of you are running around with no armor at all. So, but essentially like the technological equivalent of full plate armor. She has a tower shield that is large enough for her to completely hide behind, and she's also wielding this giant complicated looking crossbow.
Oh, geez.
So yeah, she surprisingly actually seems to react fairly quickly to this whole situation. She takes her the tower shield, puts it down on the ground, kicks out a little kickstand for balance, and then slaps the crossbow on top as like a tripod. And she's gonna take some shots with her heavy repeating crossbow, and we'll see if she can hit anything. All right, 22, 21, and a -2. I think those are all misses.
It has to get over its AC, correct?
Yeah, it has to be equal to or greater than its AC.
It does miss, unfortunately.
All right, so firing into the water, evidently she is not able to get anything to connect. That's her turn.
Alrighty. Akalupu. Come save your good old buddy Manawanui from the jaws of death.
I mean, or counter proposal, we just move away from the beach where it can't reach
Wow.
us.
Or Manawanui.
Does Mako, like, what does Mako seem to be doing?
He's staring at the beast.
Like, does he seem like he's, like, drawn to it? Is he, like, afraid of it?
He's got very big eyes. He's looking at it like that. So, do with that what you will.
So, fear?
I mean, like,
Can I, like, just take a round and tie, like, how much would it take to, like, tie him up?
I think that'd just be would that be an action? What would that be? You'd have to probably, if you're like tying him up, do you have rope?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd just be an action.
It's like a single action and then I can do other things?
Yeah, that would make sense, right, Thomas? Tying someone up would just be an action?
It depends on how thoroughly she's trying to tie him up.
Yeah. Are you like trusting him up and, you know?
Just so that, like, I don't know, if he does decide to, like, do anything, it'll, like, we'll have time to react.
So then, like, not too terribly thorough, but, like, you know, he'd have to, like, wiggle free first.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd just be an action.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Loosely tie him up.
And then I will also I guess just move. Yeah, I'll just move like onto the boat there. Alright. That's all I can do, right?
You tied him up and you moved?
Mm-hmm.
And did you move twice?
Just once. Do I have
You have 3 actions.
Okay. Well, let's see. I guess I'll move up next to him. Boop. Although, do I have to go slower through water?
I think if you're raging, you don't, because you're shark thing, right?
Yeah, well, I haven't raged yet, because raging takes a action.
All right, then yeah, you would be moving at half of your move speed through water.
All right, well then I think I will stay here. Where was I? I think I was there.
Chris, your
and then
underwater
just-
marauder skill gives you something, right?
It's just not flat-footed in water, and no penalties for using bludgeoning or
All right, then yeah, it would just be
melee weapons.
yeah. So then yeah, you would still be going half speed.
Yeah. Yeah, once I rage, because I've got Raging Athlete now, I'll be able to climb and swim equal to my land speed. But yeah, I was not raging yet. But now I am. Okay.
Nice. You have the power of God and enemy on your side.
All right, so it's Yasuka's turn.
All right. Yasuka, how far can she get with her 40-foot move speed? Actually, how far away is this thing anyway? 75 feet? Nice. All right. She is going to go ahead and cast haste on herself. And then that is going to mean that she now has 2 actions. So she's going to use a second one to cast haste on Akalupu. And that is it for her turn.
Alrighty. Mono Enemy cannot act. Mono Enemy can use a resolve point to go to 1 hit point.
So you can use a hero point to go to become conscious at 1 hit point on his next turn.
Yes.
So basically, he would lose the dying condition. By using a hero point, he does not gain wounded 1, and on his next turn, he will become conscious with 1 hit point, assuming he does not take further damage.
Assuming. That's a big assumption. All right. And that's it for Mono Manui. Starfire.
All right, let's see. Starfire is going to... There it is, her short bow. She'll actually use one of her skills. So she is going to roll esoteric lore against the monster for a 29. So that is going to exploit vulnerability. So, let's see. Or check against the standard DC for its level. So what is this creature's level?
7.
All right, so that is a critical success. So she remembers the creature's weakness. As you empower your esoterica, you have a flash of insight that grants even more knowledge about the creature. You learn all the creature's resistances, weaknesses, immunities, including the amounts of the resistances and weaknesses and any unusual weaknesses or vulnerabilities, such as what spells will pass through a golem's anti-magic. You can exploit either the creature's mortal weakness or personal antithesis. Your unarmed and weapon strikes against the creature also become magical if they weren't already. So, mortal weakness. After identifying a creature's weakness, you may use a thematically resonant bit of esoterica to attune your attacks to your discovery. Your unarmed weapon strikes activate the highest weakness you discovered in the exploit vulnerabilities, even though the damage... This is why I didn't want to play this character. This is such a complicated class to play. You improvise a custom weakness on a creature by forcefully presenting and empowering a piece of esoterica that repels it on an individual level. For instance, against a tyrant, you might procure a broken chain that once held captive, blah, blah, blah. This causes the target creature, and only the target creature, to gain a weakness against your unarmed and weapon strikes equal to 2 plus half of your level. We're level 4, so that would be a weakness of 6. Cool. And now it's a weakness of 6 against my attacks.
Okay.
Is all
Is
of
it
that.
2 plus half of 4? 4?
Yes.
So, do I need to tell you anything?
If it has literally any weaknesses or vulnerabilities, I think I'm supposed to know basically everything about it.
It doesn't have any strengths or weakness or weaknesses.
Resistances, weaknesses, or immunities.
No, it's just he's pretty basic.
All right, cool.
He's just a Elasmosaurus.
Well, I still get a +4 against him now, so that's nice.
I'm really glad that that's how it ended, because I was going to feel really bad. She's like, all right, cool. After all that, you know, what are these? And I'm like, I would have felt bad if like it did not. Yeah. So
Right.
yes, it is.
All right, and then what's the range to the creature? All right. It is outside of the first range increment, so I'm gonna move up to here. Then I'll use my last 2 actions, or I guess it would just be 1 because I did the roll. I think that's an action. Let me see. Yeah, that's 1 action. All right, so with my remaining action, I'm gonna try and shoot at it with my short bow. Even with a 20, that will not hit, so miss.
But didn't you say it had a weakness to that?
It does. So I rolled a 16, added the 4 to get 20, which is not high enough to hit.
Almost.
Not even. You said it was like a 25.
23.
23.
Hey.
Yep, so that's Starfire.
All right, now it is Blackrock's turn.
Yay, another character I was not looking forward to playing because the Oracle is kind of complicated.
Hey.
All right. Luckily, she's mostly just going to stay back and use spells. That makes it slightly easier. What's the death knell save again? Will save. Not a reflex save, unfortunately. Well, anyway, let's see, what's the range on the heal? 30 feet, so she's gonna have to move up. So, let's see. Where's 30 feet from here? If I can get up to there, which is nice. One action, that's perfect. That leaves me enough to actually still then cast the spell. So I'm going to cast the heal on Manawanui. And that is going to heal for 25 hit points again.
Oh, good.
Remember, that's only to hit points. Healing does not heal stamina.
Hold on. That is 17 hit points I did not have before, so.
Yeah, and you are now immediately conscious from being healed to full.
There's a tooth in my stomach.
Pretty much. All right, and that is all of BlackRock's actions.
All right, I think then we end and we start over. I need my.
Unless Mako wants to try and wiggle out of the ropes. Because he deferred his action.
That's right. It is his turn now. Mako is going to. Can I open up his character sheet? Mako's going to try and wriggle out. Would that be a strength?
That would be acrobatics or athletics.
Character. Acrobatics. And he is going to be able to wriggle out. So that's one action. He is going to. What's the range on this? 30 feet? Yeah, he's like 30 feet. Everything. He is going to move up to here and then then he's going to, I guess he's not going to hold his last action. He's just not going to take a last action. Because I think that's...
Cool.
Wow. Nope.
Make sure to mark him and BlackRock as having acted, and then you're going to hit the next round button. Otherwise, it'll get all confused.
Done. Acted. Then next round. Alrighty. Don't pull that. That is computable. Shut off if you. Alright. Now we're back to this lady. She reloaded her pistol last time. And you know why? If it ain't broke. Oh, just barely gets a hit. Definitely not a crit. Does another 5 points.
And did that take into account the -2 from the range penalty?
If it's 45 feet and the range is 40,
then it's still in the second increment, so it's still at -2.
Okay. So then that does not hit.
Unless she wants to move up and then shoot.
You know what? Of course, that's what she did. She's not half in the bucket or anything. Oh, dang it. And does 1 damage.
Woo!
She's doing a lot for the team.
Yeah, gunslingers require you to really build them in a specific way to be useful. By default, they're a completely worthless class in terms of their damage output.
There we go. Oh crap! I need to keep track of her ammo. Okay, we'll do that. Anyway,
So,
all right.
PPOP's turn?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna take 2 move actions to come up to the top of this cliff.
Sure would be
And then I'm
nice if
going-
you were in your horse form and could do that in one action.
Yeah, but horses can't. Well, I guess centaurs can fire arrows.
Yep.
Damn, that would have been nice.
Right, you need to be in horse form more often.
And then I'm gonna shoot him with my short bow.
Your trusty, dusty bow.
This is not a sneak attack. They're not flat-footed in any way, right?
Um,
I don't think so.
no, unfortunately not.
And a 20 misses. So that's it. I have to step away for 3 minutes, so if anything happens to me, I won't be able to respond, but hopefully I'll be back before my next turn.
Oh no, he only has one opportunity to avoid getting eaten by the monster. Jason Perk rolled the reflex save. So the Elasmosaurus, since it still has Mono Anui grapple, it's going to drop Mono Anui, move up to the boat, and I can't find this on the list, but I'm sure it's an action. It's going to try and push the boat.
So it would be a
Like
shove
that.
action, which is an athletics
A shove?
roll.
Okay. Athletics. What would I roll that against?
You would have to make up a DC.
Okay. I'm gonna say it's like a pretty medium-sized boat. So, gonna get a. Oh, I almost shot a critical failure, but it didn't.
It broke its neck when it tried to push our boat.
It manages to push the boat a little bit, like to right there, and that's it. All right, now it is Sunbeam's turn.
All right, she's gonna unload the rest of this clip and hope that she can actually hit for once. All right, 20, a 16, and an 8. So those are all misses.
All right, now it is Akalupu's. What is Akalupu gonna do? What's she gonna do? Hi.
So first.
Well, that's probably a good thing to do.
There we go. Alright. Akalupu is going to probably just like bite it, to be honest. I mean, I think he's got to move forward one.
Yeah, would Sammy have cast the magic fangs on Akalupu?
Sammy would have, and we're gonna say that she did. Someone forgot to add her to the stage.
All right, so you get that sweet +1 to hit, as well as the double damage dice.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna try to bite twice.
And remember, you have an extra action because I cast haste on you, so you can bite thrice.
Bite 3 times. 12.
Nope.
7.
Oh my goodness.
And 17.
Dang. None of those make it, unfortunately.
Join the club, Akalupu. I'm not having any luck hitting it either. Literally none of us have hit it yet.
I know I may not have.
Hadassah, let go of the puppy. Hadassah, let go.
Right, now it is Sammy's turn. Which did it automatically roll for her initiative?
Yes, when you add someone to the stage, it'll automatically roll them and place them where they should be.
She is going to cast. What's this do? Nope. She's going to hit it with her hair. Let's see. Does she have any other? I mean, no one's injured.
She's gonna have to move if she wants to hit it with her hair.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. She's gonna attack it with. She's gonna cast Produce Flame. Oh, Sammy hits it.
Nice. Now
Not a
she can
critical.
also do 1 damage.
She did 6. Hey, she did 6 damage.
She also might want to get out of here so that she doesn't become the next Mono Anui.
Might be useful. And for her last action, she is going. What's her speed? 25?
Yeah.
I'm tired. You can go to bed.
Gotta move to here. Seems to be having trouble getting past that boat. That is it for her turn. Now it is. Act Yasik's.
All right. Well, Yasuka, now that she's gotten through her setup phase, she's going to start casting some Scorching Rays. So. That is going to be a 28. Does that hit? Oh, nice. And another 28. All right. So two 28s for. And those were not crits. For a total of 40 damage.
Oh, jeez. Wow. Alrighty. Yes.
All right. And that is all of her actions.
As you scorch it with the rain, it lifts its head up in a baleful cry, piercing the ears. And it smells like you don't know what fish and chips is, but if you did, that's what it would smell like. Alrighty. And now Mono Anui can actually do something. I think
like
Mono Anui-
swim away for her life.
Oh wait. Oh crap. When it bit Mono Anui, it should have taken 2d6 damage. And so that's 9. Then the creature would have had to have rolled. What kind of save? Will save. Okay, it doesn't take. I think it only takes half. So it takes 4 bleed damage per turn. That's 9 plus 4 is 13. I can do math. Okay. So the first thing Mono Anui is going to do is she's going to swim to shore.
And remember half speed because she's swimming, so she can only go 10 feet because it's rounded down per action.
Oh, that is true. if I choose to get on the boat, that would be, what would that be?
That's just
Well,
free.
Okay. Molly's gonna get on the boat. So that's 10 feet to there. And then Mono Anui is going to get on the, well, no, because she's there. Hold on a second. I'm just gonna get on here, I guess. And where's the catapult loaded? The
ballista is right in the middle on top of this red thing.
Mono Anui is gonna go up to the ballista. And for the last action, Mono is gonna start to load the ballista. And that is it from Mono Anui's turn. Now, Starfire's turn.
All right, Starfire. Not having the greatest of luck with the bow. So, I think she is going to... Yeah, she has the move speed for that. So she's going to move to here. And then she is going to try and stab it with her horn.
Stab.
So 16 will miss, and a 14 will also miss. And that's all her actions.
Alrighty, Black Rock steps up to the plate. Can she do something?
All right. Does she have any useful spells? Not especially. I guess she'll do Death Knell on it. So the creature needs to roll a will save.
A will save. The creature gets a 24.
All right, it saved. That's it for her turn.
Already. Then to this guy. Whoops. What happened? Oh no, I just closed that. I'm sorry. And he is going to throw. If somebody's throwing a, let's see, strike. Okay. Yes, it's all here. All right. Going to try and throw this. And oh, it dokes. So he throws a flask at the creature. Well, he throws a flask and it hits the creature, and it does. Upon impact, you immediately see it burst into flames, dealing 12 damage. Creature grinds up and roars in pain as it burns its already burnt flesh even more. And yeah, that's going to be the end of his turn. This would count as blocking the range. Yeah. So she is going to move to.
Don't forget to set it to the next turn.
Oh yes, that would help. Going to move here and load her weapon and then fire it again. another whopping 4 points of damage.
I mean, at least she can hit.
I mean, you're not wrong. Death by 1,000, not 10 points. And now it is PPOP back.
I'm back.
Oh,
PPOP is actually gonna try one of those mushroom blowguns.
mushroom blowguns.
So I'm gonna
Oh.
shoot my blow dart. That is, I still have 3 of those shroomy blow darts. So we're gonna shoot one of those. Oh god. That one misses. I'm actually gonna. Can I hero point that?
Yeah, it wasn't like a. Yeah.
I spend my hero point. Cause I crit failed that attack. I don't want that.
It hits Akalupu at the back of the head.
I re-rolled it and got a 19, so it doesn't matter.
Nice.
Still lose a blowgun dart.
Get her off into the sea. Some fish is gonna have a crazy time.
And then my second 2 actions, I guess I'll use my short bow instead. That totally failed. So that would be my second attack. And oh, that one hits. That's a 24. And my third attack misses. That's a.
How much damage into this?
The short bow does 6 damage.
Alright, so aim your short bow, shoot it directly in the neck. Oh, and it recoils and goes. Dramatic reenactment. Alrighty. Now it is the Elasmosaurus. Good old Elasmosaurus is going to try and grab Akalupu, which I think oh no, it's going to try and bite Akalupu. And will a 22 get him? Okay. So you have been got. It's not a crit, right?
No.
Alright, it's got you for 13 points of damage. You are now grabbed. And what is your fortitude? It just says, well, let me see. No, wrong button. Where the heck is it? Okay. An athletics check against a grabbed foe's fortitude DC. So would that be a fortitude roll, or would that be their
Fortitude DC is going to be 10 plus their fortitude save.
Okay.
So for Akalupu, that would be a 21.
21? See if it can do it. Oh, it cannot. It tries to drag you and pull you down into the depths, but you manage to wriggle your way. Or how do you manage not to get dragged under?
So am I not grabbed anymore?
No, you're still grabbed. You're just not dragged under the water.
Oh,
I just bite it back.
swim really hard.
You just bite it back. You swim. Well, you're grabbed by its jaws, and it's trying to
Just,
I bite
just
it
punch
back.
it in the eye whenever it tries to drag you under. That'll slow it down.
I bite it in the nose and I pull up.
Oh, alrighty. That is the end of its turn. Sunbeam is now up.
All right. Well, I'm going to point out that Sunbeam does not have her full kit yet as her class, so that's part of why she's not doing very well.
She's doing something.
She's literally done nothing. Her attacks have missed every single time.
Hey, she's expending ammunition.
All right, and she misses 2 more times. Whee! That's her turn.
All right. Akalupu, you're grabbed. But I guess that.
Oh, and she reloaded her crossbow, technically, so.
Oh. Yeah.
That is what she's done. Reloaded her crossbow and then missed twice.
Doing as well as Akalupu is.
Right?
Akalupu will try to bite it. $19. 6. 9.
So you bite
And
into its
1.
scaly hide, but you're not really able to find purchase. Oh no, you've got that buff from Sammy. Did you add that?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you're not able to find purchase in its juicy flesh. But you do smell meat.
That's all my turns.
Alrighty. Now Sammy's turn, and Sammy is going to Sammy is going to cast Heal on Akalupu for 14 points. And what else can she do? Sorry, cast that on Akalupu. Oh, what's the range in that? 30 feet. It's going to cast Juice Flame again, but it does not hit. And now it is Yasik's turn.
All right, well, she is going to try and Scorching Ray again. So that is going to be a 21 and a 27.
The 27 is a hit.
All right. That is going to do 21 points of damage.
All right. As the last ray comes down upon its head, its skull splatters open. Akalupu goes flying. Brains are everywhere. Bones are flying everywhere, and it falls limply to the bottom of the bay.
I thought you said that there were like tentacle monsters around, not like weird long neck monsters around. Tentacles and necks are not the same thing. She's talking to Captain Lady.
That's strange. They usually don't come in this close to shore. Usually these things are dangerous. Yeah, a few miles out. Oh, I wonder it brought this one in so close, she says as she goes up to it and starts, how do I get that small? There we go. And starts kind of like cutting through pieces of its flesh with a knife that she has.
Akalubu is pulling it up further on the beach, by the way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I want to make this accessible by everyone. Controlled by all players. Now, it's just a dead body.
Akalupu immediately puts it on top of the fireplace and starts cooking it.
Basically.
Can I get a perception check from Akalupu?
$18.
Okay, that is enough to notice. As you are pulling it up, you see carved into it this symbol.
Does this symbol mean anything to me?
Looks like shark.
Does have quite a significant resemblance to shark teeth. Did Aqualuper have any tattoos of sharks on him? I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you notice, actually, on your back left shoulder, you have a similar marking.
Akalubu is gonna try to crane his giant muscular neck around to see the back of his shoulder, but it's not working very well. But Akalupu has a strange feeling that he's probably seen this somewhere before.
You gonna keep that info to yourself, or?
Well, he's kind of sharing it with the group. Anyone know why this creature has shark tattoo markings?
That is strange.
Maybe some of his friends were sharks?
Would be rather strange.
Mono walks up and kind of looks at it, and it's like, man, it doesn't look like it was naturally put there. I think there's some sort of magical residue there. Huh.
Strange. Akalupu is going to continue cooking the creature.
Alrighty.
Alright, can I roll esoteric lore on it to see if I can find any more about the source of the magic or what it might be?
You can, indeed.
Alright. So Starfire is going to take a look, and she gets a 30.
Oh, alright. So, as you look deeper upon it, it looks like some sort of binding spell or ritual was done to control this monster and bind it to a certain individual or object.
Yeah, so this looks like it's probably some sort of binding spell that's controlling it and making it do stuff. Do I know anything about where it would have or could have come from?
Is she familiar with the tribal people and their legends and the Hee people?
Not necessarily.
She would not.
But as a thaumaturge, she just generally gets to find out things. So basically esoteric lore. Your experience with the unknown, as well as tales you've exchanged with other thaumaturges, has taught you this about strange phenomena of every kind. You become trained in esoteric lore, a special lore skill that can be used to recall knowledge regarding haunts, curses, and creatures of any type, but can't be used to recall knowledge of other topics. Unlike normal lore skill, you can use charisma as your modifier on esoteric lore checks. You also gain dubious knowledge as a skill feat. So she's able to like find out things she wouldn't necessarily like. There's no explanation for how she would know them. But then she also, if she rolls poorly, may think that things that are false are true.
Well, you know it is has something to do with some sort of tribal primordial spirit entity.
Cool. And I will share that with the group.
Kind of weird. It's got the same markings that Akalupu has. Wonder what that's all about. Mono's just kind of give Akalupu a sideways glance.
Akalupu is going to go over and grab Mako and, like, you know how, like, when you are, like, training a dog and you, like, grab them by, like, the back of the neck and you, like, stick their face in, like, something they weren't supposed to do and are like, is this you?
What?
Yeah, he's going to do that to Mako.
He's going to ask, is this you?
Yeah, but where, like, the markings are in the thing.
Oh, okay.
What do you know?
You're like pushing his face against it, right?
I mean, like, so that he can see it,
Okay.
like, very closely.
But not like I can see like my nose.
No, not like your face is literally on it, but
Okay.
like.
Well, that's what you do to dogs. You know, you can't like. Anywho, I looks like one of the. Oh, I think I've seen this symbol. Was on another seafarer long ago. But she might know more about this. She lives on this island.
Where is she?
She usually frequents the little village just up the way. I can show you if you'd like.
You will take us there after we finish cooking the meat.
Okay. I just want to find my people, he says, looking around.
Akalupu turns him and like grabs his head so they're like face to face and he says, your people are dead. And like kind of sits him down on the ground and then continues cooking the meat.
Oh, that's hard. He's gonna get up and start looking in the houses and looking around.
Akalupu is ignoring him. He's cooking the meat.
You shouldn't waste all that fat. You know how much that oil could sell.
Akalupu doesn't care about the fat. Akalupu's cooking the meat.
Yeah, well, you're cooking it, and the fat's dripping off into the fire. Going,
Not all of it, just some of it.
yeah,
She can cut off as much fat as she wants.
that's what she's going to be busy doing.
Have fun. Just as long as Akalupu gets his meats.
Yasuka's gonna go over and look at this rope.
You see a rope attached to a log. It looks like it might have been used to either pull in some fishing nets or something to do with fishing, but it's kind of broken off at the end.
Alright, and there's nothing else around?
No, but you can take the rope if you want to add to your vast stores.
Cool. I will bring the rope back to Akalupu. Hey, Akalupu, I brought you a present. I know how much you love these things.
Ah, thank you. More rope. He wraps it around himself.
Akalupu doesn't even have armor. He's just completely encased like a mummy in just ropes.
His armor.
Okay.
Got traumatized after the last rope he left got cut.
Must protect my rope.
Alrighty. So, do y'all do anything else while you're here?
Yasuka is going to try to get PPOB to just basically go through the whole area. Where is it? There's an action for it. There's a perception action, basically to just search everything.
Oh, nice.
So
That is actually neat.
we're gonna go through the houses. We're gonna check the bay. We're gonna check the rocks. We're gonna check the bushes. Basically, just go over the whole map and check it for anything useful while Akalupu is cooking.
Well, y'all already found the hook and the rope, and the blood and the little burned fellow. Aside from the fact that it looks like people are moving around very quickly and suddenly, you don't seem to find anything.
There's nothing in any of the houses.
In these two, there is not, but there is some bread and some shells in this one.
Cool. We will grab the bread and the seashells then. No one else is using them, so there aren't stale.
You also notice that it looks like about 7 people lived on this beach in this little village. So that's how many beds there are. And then if you want to add some cooked Elasmosaurus to your stores,
I'll just put meat.
as well as a small amount of Elasmosaurus oil.
Alright, well, we're out of storage space
Oh,
on the boats for oil, unless we want to throw out fetid chum or mummy jerky.
I say we throw out the mummy jerky.
Akalupu agrees.
Alright.
He's got me. Akalupu is fine.
Akalupu's keeping his fetid chum.
Did Akalupu take also the mummy jerky?
Yep, the mummy jerky was also Akalupu's thing.
Yes. But his fetid chum is new. The mummy jerky's old.
That is accurate. It is fresh fetid chum.
Akalupu's just gonna like mix the mummy jerky in with the fetid chum.
So as Akalupu cooks, you do notice that the captain lady is doing something with the Elasmosaurus fat. But unless anyone wants to ask her about that, the rest of the preparing goes by uneventful. And after it looks like Akalupu is done, what did I name this guy? Mako comes up and says, we really better start making our way towards the village before it gets dark. And as he says that, you do notice that the sun is getting awful close to the, not the horizon, I guess, but the large mountain dominating most of the island. It's already starting to get kind of dim. No, guys, I'm serious. We really don't want to be caught out in the jungle when it gets dark.
Well, then should we like just camp here then?
It's either here or try to make it there before dark.
Akalupu says we should sleep in these houses.
All right then. So, Manoanui, hearing the consensus of the group, starts to get ready for kind of set up his stuff inside this, or her stuff inside this house. Mikhail kind of seems to wander off this way a little bit. Sammy starts unpacking things from the ship.
Cool.
As you cook meat, you notice the sun finally goes behind the mountain and it gets awfully, not like dark as in like nighttime dark, but it's like dusk looking. And this lasts for at least 3 hours of the day. And as it gets dark on the island, you notice you hear the forest start to come alive with a lot more noises. And it sounds like very large creatures are moving in between the trees.
Akalupu is going to make his cooking fire just a little bigger.
It's like, you smell this? You smell this? Could be you.
All right, unicorns are gonna go ahead and set up their tent, I guess, over where Akalupu uprooted the bush.
Nice.
So
you gonna like move the charred man?
yeah, we're gonna bury him. Or
Nice.
throw him in the ocean. I don't know.
To ask Mako,
Yeah.
like, hey, is this one of your friends?
I don't remember. Everything just seems to be some sort of blur.
All right, well then we're gonna assume that he tried to kill you and you lit him on fire, so we're just gonna throw him in the ocean.
Huh.
We will throw him off the cliff into the ocean. Goodbye.
Exactly. Exactly.
You do, as you pick them up, notice a little leather bag has somehow remained unburned.
Ooh, goodies.
How did we not find that when Pipiopian and I were searching everything?
Like, I didn't. Would you like look underneath him? Like,
Yeah, we were searching everything.
oh well, when you looked at him, I guess doing a very thorough search of a charred corpse, you did find that.
That's what I said we were doing while we were cooking. We were gonna search the whole map.
Well, I just assumed you're like, charred body. Oh, I want to go feeling that thing up.
I mean,
so you
it's a
find-
dead body. You have to go through its pockets for loose change.
Doesn't really have pockets so much as just like one seared mass of flesh.
Yep, and then we found a bag.
Okay, did you look in the bag?
Yeah.
Yes.
In its hide are a bunch of medical herbs, or what seem to be medical herbs.
Cool. Hey, Sammy, do you know what these are? We found some sort of weeds in a bag.
We found some weeds. These appear to be is a very common herbs for making poultices and fighting off bacteria. Looks like they were fresh at least when
Now they're cooked.
they're kind of dried out.
Well, can you still use them?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could add them. Not gonna be as potent, but yeah.
All right, well, Merry Christmas. It came courtesy of a dead guy.
Oh, jeez.
Alright, and then we toss his corpse in the water.
You do that, and you see it kind of floats off into the distance before violently being dragged down.
Yasuka shivers and then shrugs and turns around.
Can't be helped. Alrighty. So, how do you want to do the watches of the night?
Alright. PPOP first watch, Yasuka second watch, Akalupu third watch, and Mono Anui fourth watch.
Akalupu still thinks that Mano Inui should take his watch.
Listen, Akalupu, we all have to pull our weight.
Yeah, but Mano Inui doesn't sleep.
Also, what is Mono Anui's perception, though?
Mononoi's perception is...
+7. It's not terrible, at least.
No. Mononoi just rolls really badly well. Like, very, very bad.
Oh, fine. Akalupu will take a shift. But
Also, I think, isn't Mono Anui still
shift.
trying to keep his whole, like, nocturnal thing secret? Or her nocturnal thing secret?
Yeah, she doesn't really let anybody know
About?
that she doesn't sleep for, like, anything but 4 hours a night.
Yeah, but we know. Mano Inui used to take the night, like, almost all the night shifts.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
Like,
Well,
it used to be that PPOP would take one shift, and then Mano Inui would take literally the rest of them.
that's right.
If Akalupu takes a shift, he should probably take the first shift, because after he goes to sleep, he's not getting up again.
That is fair. Alright, Akalupu first. Akalupu, then PPOP, then Yasuka, then Mono Anui.
Already. So the first shift passes without much hullabaloo. The second shift, towards about the shifting of the watches. So Yasuka is awake at this point. You notice a small, dim, greenish light coming from the forest line. PPOP does, that is.
You said a dim light?
Yeah, dim, like, greenish light. But it's towards the end of your shift. Like, you're off in, like, 5 minutes.
And who's after me? Is that Yasuka after me?
It is Yasuka after you.
Okay, I'm gonna wake Yasuka up 5 minutes early and be like, hey dude, come check this out with me, I'm scared.
Okay, what is it?
It's green.
Alright, sounds like fun.
Okay, we're gonna go check out the light source.
So as you get closer to the tree line, you notice it is only just in the tree line and kind of like in a grove of bushes. You kind of have to like go through a little bit of undergrowth to get there. It's only about like 10 feet in.
I'm curious, but he did tell us not to go into the woods.
Let's see, do I have any useful spells for this? I mean, I could cast Fireball and destroy a 20-foot burst area of
Oh, jeez.
the undergrowth.
Yasuka, you stay here. I'll do my stealthy thing and go check it out. But I'll yell for backup if there's anything dangerous.
Alright, sounds like a plan.
What's your roll? What's your...
I rolled a 29 stealth.
Alright, so you successfully tweak through the underbrush and peek through the edge of a little clearing, and you see Mako over some green-looking fire, mixing some stuff up into a pot.
Okay, is he carrying a weapon?
No, he's just got like a bunch of herbs and spices and, well, not spices. He's got a lot of
He's not making a
ingredients.
nice breaded, herb breaded chicken.
He might. You never know. He's putting some odd-looking things into this little cauldron, if you will. It's a very small pot.
Stop what
I mean,
you're doing
every
right
once in a
now.
while. Huh? What?
I said stop what you're doing. Why are you sneaking around making magic potions in the nighttime?
Simply making a medical potion.
I don't
It's not
believe you.
just-
I'll have Sammy determine.
All right, but if I don't add this next spice in, this next herb ingredient in the next 10 seconds, it's going to turn sour. It's going to be a poison instead.
That's okay. You can make it again, right?
I'm sure, but I have to do it only on certain nights.
Yeah. Something says I'm gonna wait until the next night we can do this. I don't trust you.
But I used to be our village healer. This is
Well,
just
then
where
you
I
should
used
be
to
an
go
expert at making this next time.
All right. So as
What
you
does this
see,
medicine
10
do?
seconds pass. Oh, it's just anti poison.
Poison that acts as an
definitions.
anti-poison. How very convenient.
Well, that's how you have to craft these poisons. You have to put a little bit of the actual poison in.
Hmm.
And as you were talking, you see the fire change from green briefly to black, and then to just regular fire colors. Uh, there it goes. I have to wait another month to make this.
Yeah, I'm not sorry about it. Next time, tell us before you go doing spells at night.
No, not spells, my boy. Making just making healing.
How did
Right.
you even get out past me while I was keeping watch?
Oh, I left near the beginning.
I mean, at this point, Yasuka will have also wandered up. I thought you said to stay out of the woods at night. You're not even taking your own advice.
Oh, you people are foreigners. You wouldn't know how to survive out here.
What, in
Dangerous
the
things.
edges of the wood behind 3 bushes?
You don't know what dangers lie in these woods. I've taken the proper precautions. Although with all this talking, we might attract unwanted attention.
Yeah, well,
Those
if
are kind
your
of
creepy green fire didn't kind of already get everyone's attention, I don't think our talking is going to make a difference.
You insist, he says as he starts to kind of pack up his stuff and ingredients.
Also, I thought you said you didn't remember anything. Why did you... But now you just said you were the village healer?
I said I don't remember anything about the attack.
Well, you could have told us that you were the village healer.
Never seems relevant.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, if you're gonna do stuff, do it and be, like, less creepy about it.
Hi.
Why don't you come back to camp with us?
That was the plan since months' work of preparation is now for nothing, he says as he finishes packing up all of his things and gets up to go back.
As he's packing his stuff up, PPOP's gonna go over and try and pickpocket anything of interest that he may be carrying.
Was carrying a lot.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna pick something at random that's like some sort of like chemical, something that seems like
Okay.
an important ingredient.
Roll a d10.
Okay, well, I first of all rolled a 29. I think that should be.
That is definitely sufficient to pickpocket it.
And I'm rolling d10 for the random ingredient I get. 3.
Alrighty. So, you pick up some sort of pouch full of strange black powder.
I'm gonna stash that away and show it to Sammy when we get back. Well, when she wakes up.
I got Sam.
Just throw the powder in your face. What is this?
Turns into a frog. Alright, so as y'all head back to camp, you hear some more unsettling noises from the forest. And that's, unless you want to do anything else that night, that'd be it.
Best hurry, unless you want us to leave you behind, Mako. If that is your real name.
Don't know why I'd lie about that.
Well, you seem to be lying about a lot of things. I'll have my eye on you from now on.
Well, he's going to bed down for the rest of the night.
PPOP's gonna
Huh?
pull Yasuka aside and say, what do you think about this guy? I think he's up to something.
Yeah, I think he might also just be kind of stupid. But yeah, if you're gonna like make potions, you probably shouldn't do it by not telling anyone that you're gonna be all creeping in the woods being a weirdo.
Yeah. And why didn't he tell us that he was gonna be doing that?
Yeah, exactly.
Something seems fishy. Well, I took some of his ingredients, so he won't be able to make anything without asking me first.
Yeah, and once we get to this village, if there even is a village, hopefully people there will know him and can at least somewhat vouch for him. Unless they're also all dead, which would be pretty annoying.
Where you go? Everybody's just
Maybe he's been summoning dinosaurs and systematically killing all the inhabitants of the island.
Yeah, it would not surprise me, especially considering you saw that stuff he threw at the dinosaur and how it like burnt him. It's pretty similar to that corpse that was on fire next to him, so yeah. Definitely pretty sus if you ask me.
I'll be keeping an extra close eye on him when he wakes up.
Yeah, if we need to like stabby stab him, we should definitely be ready for that.
I almost shot an arrow through his heart right when I saw him mixing potions.
Yeah, exactly. Like if
I think
he's
this is a one-strike policy.
That's strike policy.
exactly. Yeah, we need to make sure he realizes that like if he's gonna be with our group, he needs to not be creepy and suspicious.
If it's intensified.
Well, I mean, at that point, you know, we wrap up, Yasuka does her watch, etc., and then you said the rest of the evening went
Passes on
by.
without much of notice. As
All
the
right.
sun rises, I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, so we've been going for just over 2 hours. Would this be a good place to wrap up, or do we want to keep going?
I think this is a good place for me to wrap up.
Cool. Then we will go ahead and pick up next time, as long as that is a good place to wrap up, Abe.
Yeah. No, I mean, this is perfect. We're like at the end of this area. So.
Nice. All right, then we will pick up next time with the morning. So yeah, let's see.
And the murder of makeup.
Quite possibly.
Stuff just found. Well,
I mean, our group is turning like increasingly paranoid and like violent, so he really should be careful, or we will just kill him and move on.
I mean, every single experience we've had so far has come back to bite us. So
Exactly.
I think we had one, right, where they didn't turn out to be like evil.
Mm-hmm.
maybe
Right.
those animals in the spirit realm.
Yeah, they weren't evil.
Debatable.
They weren't overtly evil.
Hey, you met, I mean, if we're going back to the previous island, you met all kinds of people who were not trying to kill you. Or summon demons, or bind dinosaurs to their will and kill you indirectly, etc.
Well, and now they're on our squad.
Yeah.
So I guess that's a good point. Maybe this guy could be a future member of the squad.
Yeah.
Maybe you just misunderstood.
Mm-hmm. All right, so what did Akalupu learn?
Akalupu.
All right, we will come back to Akalupu. What did PPOP learn?
PPOP learned that sea monsters are real.
I mean,
I have doubts. I mean, the whole time.
I don't know why. I mean, you've already run across enough sea monsters.
No, I'm talking about like Loch Ness monster. Like, obviously whales exist, but this thing doesn't look.
All right, is Akalupu back?
Yes.
Cool. What has Akalupu learned?
Akalupu learned that biting giant monsters doesn't always work.
Yeah. The unicorns also learned that giant monsters have very high ACs and it's very annoying missing them repeatedly. But sometimes that's just how it goes.
Welcome to the Players Club.
I was gonna say, I think Yasuka, I think she did like the majority of the damage. She did like 60 damage, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Yasuka's like the only one that could hit it.
I did 6 damage. Okay.
Well, that's more than Sunbeam did. 6 more than Sunbeam did. Alrighty, well, hopefully everyone had a good time, and I will see you all at the next game. Bye!
Bye.